Hello, good morning. So this video is not working as well as I hoped. What I hoped to do was give you, I have sort of given you the sea in the background. Hello, good morning from the Kent coast for Parkrun quiz 30 something or other. Parkrun.me/quiz. Ian's going to be right on it, probably 31, maybe 32. Try them both. Good morning, everyone, anyway. Has anyone else been in the sea yet this morning? If you have, you can award yourself an extra 32. There you go. Thank you, Ian. Ian, what he's done this morning is only sent me the questions at 8:57 to stop me changing them, which is that's quite clever. Well done, Ian. Parkrun.me/quiz 32. So we'll all find out the questions together. I've been reading this morning. Since getting in the sea, it sort of fires you up. So you do a load of stuff. I thought I'd read this Eat and Run by Scott Jurek, and I haven't. I also wish I'd read it before writing a book about ultra running, because I could have plagiarized all of this, because it's really good. It's really good. And he's sort of brilliant about why we run. So I heartily recommend that as I try and find the questions. Here we go. iPad. Isn't it lovely though? How about that? The sea as a backdrop. I know I'm a bit in shadow, but I don't know what to do about that. I think it doesn't matter. I think enjoy the seaside. I do have 2 children, or 3 actually, around here somewhere. No idea where they are. Mary was threatening to do us a story. Here she comes. Hello. Should you come say hello? You can't find a piece of paper. Well, that is an issue. How are you going to do us a story without a piece of paper? I don't know where there's a piece of...
Why don't I just do a story about...
Oh, why don't you make it up? Not write it. Story out of this. Yeah, but you still need paper for that, don't you?
No, but I can do it out of animals.
Do you want to come say hello?
Hey.
So there's everybody. We might get a story, we might not. Here's a Matthew who's found an iPad. Well, you don't have to... Okay, yeah, fine. Here's Matthew. I think Mary might need that seat for her story, but you come sit down. Oh, God, no, don't sit next to me. I knew there was a reason I didn't want him to sit next to me. Now go sit over there. Mary, come and be a buffer between me and Matthew, who's eaten cold pepperoni pizza for breakfast. And stinks. You do stink. I think people watching on YouTube can smell your breath.
That's not my breath. My jumper hasn't been.
Random fact. I'm reading from the quiz here. Random fact, says Ian. Over 8,500 park runners have taken part in Parkrun this morning in Australia, Japan, and New Zealand. First day back for Japan and Western Australia. That's so cool. 8,500 people have done an actual park run actually today. Cold pizza is not the best. Who says that? Mark Parrott.
I think wait.
Sorry?
I just need to wait. Then I just need to tell a story about this.
Okay, yeah. You just tell our story. We don't need you to write it. Thank you for just not having Matthew sit next to me, though. Cold pepper. I think it's the pepperonis that I object to. Do you want to share the Wi-Fi password for TalkTalk 6A4ECF with Vassus's iPad? This is Vassus's iPad.
Yeah, but
Okay. Matthew is going to play along. Yes, Rosemary says she can smell your pepperoni cold pizza breath from wherever she is, probably in Western Australia. Now, thank you, Ian.
I found a piece of paper.
The Eswatini thing.
I found a piece of paper, but I don't think we could use it.
I know you definitely can't use that piece of paper. They need that. The people. Checkout is strictly at 10 a.m. Call me a massive cynic, says Ian. But it's interesting to note that of the seven people, so there are more and more people representing Eswatini, none of them picked the Parkrun in Eswatini as their home parkrun. This is becoming a real thing. We might have to start disqualifying people. Somebody says, where is Vassos? Erica says, where is Vassos? We are by the sea near Kent, in Whitstable. That's the sea in Whitstable. It's quite cold. It's not as cold as the Serpentine, but it's still quite cold. It's fantastic. People do point. They point when you get in the sea early in the morning. But it's the best thing ever.
How big this blueberry?
Extra point for anybody who that is. Come show everyone how big that blueberry is. That is like an apple. Extra point for anyone who's been in the sea already this morning. Right. Last week, Poland. Unlucky Poland, because you did finish last with 7 out of 15, but that's not a bad score to finish last with. USA 7.3, Canada 8.3, Finland, Germany, Eswatini. 7 people who represent Eswatini, mostly just to upset me. 8.9, minus 4 for not being in or from Eswatini, 4.9. So Eswatini now finishes last.
Another big one.
And another big one. I love that one. I love it. Okay. New Zealand, Ireland 9, France 9, UK 9.1, which is, I think, some of our best work. South Africa 9.3, Russia, Namibia, Malaysia 10, Australia second 10.1, which leaves Italy top with 11. Right, good morning, everyone. Should we get on with this? The great big Parkrun quiz number 32.
Would that annoy you?
No, you haven't. No, not my own son. Guess what he's done, everyone? Guess what he's done?
No, actually.
He changed it. Where are we? Great UK. Better. Okay, here we go. Round 1, general parkrun knowledge. I've read none of these questions. Round 2, parkrun names. Round 3, true or false. So traditional parkrun quiz this morning. Thank you.
Oh.
With added blueberries. Matthew nearly broke my iPad, my old iPad, which I thought was broken anyway. So, what percentage? Question 1. What percentage of all parkrunners did their first parkrun in October? Is that in any October?
I just knew it.
Yeah, any October. And am I right in thinking that May is the time when there are most new parkrunners?
January.
Matthew thinks January. I think May. I think somebody told me May.
New Year's resolution.
Isn't it nice, by the way? Look at this. I can see what you can see. And even though you can't see me, which is actually no bad thing, I've sort of moved so you can see this. Look at that. This lovely house we've hired. We're so lucky. Look, the sea's there. What percentage of all parkrunners did their first parkrun in October? And also, how many parkrunners did their first parkrun ever this October? Just out of interest, if anyone like Ian or Kirsty might know that. Question 2. This week, the world record for the fastest road speed by a production car was set, I didn't know this, at 331 miles an hour. If you were to run a 5K parkrun at this speed, thank you. Oh no, I don't really like, well, I'll have a grape, but only one grape. Very sweet. How long would it take? This week, this is good fact. This week, the world record for the fastest road speed by a production car, the Tuatara hypercar, was set. No, never heard of any of this, by the way. Was set at 331 miles an hour. How did I miss that? If you were to run a 5K parkrun at the speed, how long would it take? 14 seconds, 34 seconds, 54 seconds, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Very workoutable. That's right. That's GCSE maths, is it? That's right in GCSE. We're a bit
Like speed equals distance over time.
Oh, speed equals distance over time, everyone. Speed equals distance over time.
I guess I didn't actually work out.
So time equals distance times speed or something. Question 3. Which was the first event to have an inaugural attendance of over 100? Top equation, Matthew, says Ian. Which was the first event to have an inaugural attendance of over 100? Coventry, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Reading. Good questions this morning, says Stuart. I think so. I think so too. Well played. Whoever wrote the questions, almost certainly here. How many park runs, question 4, have taken part at 100 or more? No, park runners. Question 4, starting again. How many park runners have taken part at 100 or more different events? 301 different events. This grape is massive. 501, 701, 901. 7 million odd park runners, aren't there? But how many of those 7 million have taken part at 100 or more different events? What do you reckon?
I went for 901.
Matthew went for 901. Because it's always the biggest one, and if it's not, it's slightly disappointing. Yeah, like I'd have that too. And he's right. What have you found now?
Pumpkin carving.
Oh, cool. Oh, let's do pumpkin carving. We just need to buy a pumpkin. How many parkrun events are within 2,500? Oh, this is a question, everyone. This is a question.
Daddy, and this is it. Nose on eye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Can I just ask questions? Come and talk to everyone. Talk to everyone. How many parkrun events? Are you ready for this? How many parkrun events are within 2,500 miles of the South Pole?
Cool. Look at that. These are not pumpkins.
How many parkrun events are within 2,500 miles of the South Pole? Quick recap of general knowledge round, which was excellent. What percentage of all park runners did their first park run in any October? 6, 8, 10, 12. January, Matthew was right, is the most common. I thought, why did I think May?
New Year's resolution.
I know New Year's resolutions, but rubbish weather. And I heard May. Someone told me May. And I'm sure about parkrun as well. This week, the world record for the fastest road speed by a production car, the Tuatara hypercar, was set at 331 miles an hour. If you were to run a 5K parkrun at the speed, how long would it take? 14 seconds, 34 seconds, 54 seconds, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Question 3, which was the first event to have an inaugural attendance of over 100? Coventry, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Reading. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, can we just have a little chat about... Come here, please. Thank you so much.
What?
You don't smell a pepperoni pizza. That's a good thing.
Breath does smell.
Does you? Oh, well, yeah. Come on then.
No.
No, it doesn't actually. Not like yours.
It did this morning.
How many parkrunners have taken part at 100 or more different events? Question 4. And question 5. How many parkrun events are within 2,500 miles of the South Pole?
Daddy, no. No, it was just setting up on one side.
Okay. This is all the sort of stuff that you and I talk about loads, right? When we're not talking to lots of people doing a parkrun quiz. Okay, so can we just do a thing? Mary, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. If you want to talk to me, okay, just talk to everyone, and that's fine. No one minds. Everyone loves you. Look, your pajamas are getting like Mary has cool pajamas. Love the PJs. Pizza for breakfast. Does Mary work in IT support? Not Mary. Matthew. Yes. I heard. That's it. Probably Judy. I heard that. I think it was probably that. The London Marathon effect encouraged people to start parkruns in May. That's probably what I heard. But apparently January. And that comes from Kirsty, who has like the facts at her fingertips. So if you want to talk to me, okay, just talk to everyone. Is that okay? Deal? Good. Round 2, parkrun names. Okay, so round 2. All of these are, which of these is a real parkrun name? Kangaroo Island, Koala River, Shark Lagoon, Elephant Peninsula. That's question 6. All of these, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like the fact that we're having little runners behind us as well. That's really cool. We should always do the quiz from here. It's cost us a fortune. Which of these is a real parkrun event name? Kangaroo Island, Koala River, Shark Lagoon, Elephant Peninsula. No, they're all. Which of these is a real parkrun name? Oh, yes. Good point, Nancy. January is summer in the Southern Hemisphere. Which of these is a real parkrun name? Smirnoff, Grey Goose, Belvedere, Stolichnaya, Better Stolly. I lived in Russia for a while. A lot of vodka was drunk. The Russian word for water and the Russian word for vodka are only one letter apart. Which of these is a real parkrun event name? Favorita, Especial, Preferencia, El Major. January makes sense, says Stuart. I thought it was January for getting your barcode, but later in the year for actually doing your first run. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, there's another thing. Kirsty, any views on this, or is it just January and shut up about it now?
What's the question again?
Well, because everyone's now, look, Stuart's sort of agreeing with me. I thought it was January for getting your barcode, but later in the year for actually doing your first.
No, it's definitely January.
It's definitely January. Okay, it's definitely January.
Typically, there's not much of a gap between people getting their barcode and going to their first parkrun.
What is the gap?
I don't know off the top of my head.
But like that week or the next week maximum? Yeah? Maybe? Maybe. Okay. There's not much of a gap between getting a barcode for people and doing their first parkrun. For us, it was like that morning, wasn't it?
The longer the gap, the less likely they are to come.
The longer the gap, the less likely they are to come. That makes sense, doesn't it?
My Lego.
Toby signed up on Christmas Day and ran 2 days later. We should do a parkrun quiz roadshow. Yes. Which of these is a real parkrun event name? Or like a parkrun quiz where everyone's actually there? When we're all allowed to. Okay, how many people are in tier 3 currently? I think we're in tier 2. Oh, hilarious, Ian. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody told me, Tom, I think, actually told me that it was 100% fine. Not 99% fine, but 100% fine to run a parkrun and just be an unknown and not have a barcode. So I just went with that. Which of these is a real parkrun event name? The promenade, the patio, the terrace, the balcony. And which of these is real? Stone lawn, rock field, pebble meadow, gravel pasture. Okay, those are parkrun event names. 100%. There you go. 100%. Look at that. 2 years after registration to actually run, says Hillary. Good. It's the second run in January. It was. Oh, yes, I remember that. The second run in January is the most popular run. Yes, I remember that because that's when we were volunteering and there were like 1 million people at Fulham Palace, weren't there? Do you want to come sit next to me now? Because I feel a little bit like empty chair syndrome, even though you stink. No, come on. Come on. True or false round? True or false round? I'm not going to repeat the questions for round 2 because they're all the same. The record time between registration and first run is just under 10 years. 10 years. Wow. Round 3, true or false? Question 11. There have been more players who've won the FIFA World Cup than the total number of parkruns in the UK. True or false? Is that men's and women's or just men's World Cup? There have been more players who've won the FIFA World Cup than the total number of parkruns in the UK. Men's and women's or
just men's.
Just men's. Hang on, Ian's writing something. Men's. There have been more players who've won the men's World Cup than the total number of parkruns in the UK. True or false? Yeah, or just the women's. Exactly right, Anna. Turns out it's just the men's. Unknowns count for just over 50% of all parkrun finish times. That can't be right. I mean, actually, I know it's not right, but even if I didn't know that it was false, I'd think it was false.
I'm going to say true now.
The average number of weekly finishers. You really smell of pepperoni. Oh, like we're mostly vegetarian in our family, but Matthew's not. The average number of weekly finishes in 2019 is higher than the total number of different people who. Oh, I'm going to start this again because I've confused myself. There you go. There you go. If you're going to put a question like that in, Ian, you're going to get questions like that. If the team wins twice, does that count? Squad number, all of that stuff. I'm leaving all of that to Ian. All of those things on the side. Ian, all yours. Go for your life.
Should I wear a mask?
No, because that's a waste of a mask. Because nobody will know if it's theirs, and no one's going to pick it up.
No, I'll use it in my pocket.
The average number of weekly finishes. Okay, here we go. We're going to concentrate on this question. The average number of weekly finishes in 2019 is higher than the total number of different people who had taken part in Parkrun from its first event until the 31st of December 2015. True or false? I still sort of got lost halfway through that. Just go. Yeah. No, don't go true. Go false. Because I know it's false. It's false. So just write false. Okay. The average number of weekly. Okay. No. It actually does make sense. The average number of the average number of finishes in 2019 is higher than the total number of different people who'd taken part in Parkrun from until the end of 2015. Put false. It's false, but it's probably quite close. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a question. Question 14. I'll just tell you a quick story before question 14. It might help, it might not. I was on a train once to, I think, Harrogate. I was going to Harrogate. And just across the aisle from me was former opposition leader Ed Miliband with his team. And the first word I heard him say was Parkrun. At which point I had a lot of work to do actually on that train, but I spent the rest of the journey eavesdropping on his conversation. So I just give you that story apropos nothing. Now, question 14. Former UK opposition leader Ed Miliband has done a parkrun. True or false? And question 15. Canberra, Australia was the first capital city outside of the UK to host a parkrun. True or false? These are the true or false from last week that I put further down after we did the true or poo, aren't they? Because I remember reading that. Canberra, Australia was the first capital city outside of the UK to host a parkrun. True or false? Obviously false. Because it wasn't like Denmark next and then something else. Zimbabwe? No, it was Denmark. Where did it go? It went Denmark, South Africa. Anyway, I reckon that's false. I've given quite a lot of answers away today. Right, here we go. A 12, an early 12, crashed and burned 6, a couple of 9s, another 12, 7, 7, 12, 7, 11 for Eswatini. Steve died. -4, Steve, for the whole Eswatini thing is 7. 5, that's not good. Some 9s, some 13s. I think we're going to have a good week if you did. We got 9. 9s? But I gave you almost all of the answers.
I've got 5 out of 5. 4 out. How do I get 4 out of 5?
Right, let's go through the answers. What percentage of all parkrunners did their first parkrun in any October? 8%. January is the most common with 12%. Only 12% in January. I think this is all very vexing. I'd much rather it was something like 60% of all parkrunners start in January or May, because I thought it was May. But it's only 12%, and that's the most common, which makes us think that really parkrunners just start any old time, which I suppose is a good thing. If you did a park run at the speed of that world record car, 331 miles an hour, it would take you 34 seconds. Yes, I liked the word vexing too when I said it, David. Thank you for noticing. Which event was the first to have an inaugural attendance of over 100? It was Edinburgh, with 204 finishers. How many park runners? This is interesting. How many park runners have taken part at 100 or more different events from the 7 million worldwide? 901. And you got that right, all by your own.
Oh yeah.
How many parkrun events are within 2,500 miles of the South Pole? None. None.
Put 5.
No, I might have put 5. It's none, which is amazing. I mean, that's just like how far anything is from the South Pole, I guess. The nearest one is Cape Pembroke Lighthouse, the Falkland Islands, at 2,647.6. I love Ian's questions and answers. 2,647.6 miles away. If it was me, I'd just like I'd definitely round that up to 50, and I might actually round that all up to like almost 3,000. Which of these is a real parkrun event name? Kangaroo Island, celebrating its 3rd anniversary this weekend in Australia. Which of these is a real parkrun? It's Grey Goose in South Africa. Actually, you say South Africa. Does ZA mean South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
It sort of does, doesn't it? But it should be like Zambia, shouldn't it? Which of these is a real parkrun event name? Favorita in Italy. And then there's the Terrace in Australia and Rockford Junior in the Republic of Ireland. Oh, look. Written down for me, written down by Ian, some subsidiary facts on the true or false. There have been more players who've won the Men's FIFA World Cup than the total number of parkruns in the UK. A total number of 445 players have been involved in the winning team in the Men's World Cup, and the total number of parkruns in the UK is obviously more than that. How many parkruns in the UK? Oh, that's like 700 or something, isn't it? Unknowns count for just over 500 of all parkrun finishing times. No, only around 8%. 8%. The average number of weekly finishes in 2019 is higher than that question. That was false. 1.3 million different people finished a parkrun up to the end of 2015. And the average per week in 2019 was 276,000, approximately. There you go. Ian's done an approximately. See, I can do approximately. He's writing as you go. Did you? Yes. The former UK opposition leader, Ed Miliband, has done a parkrun. Did my story help? Yes, he has. He's done 38 in total. And Canberra, Australia, was the first capital city to host a parkrun outside of the UK. False. I was right. There you go. It was Harare in Zimbabwe. Well, I say I was right. I mean, I was wrong, but Zimbabwe was something that I said around this question. No, is this what people are trying to guess where we are? We're in Whitstable. It's not Hove Promenade, Brighton. And it's not in the middle of a track, Len. That's Whitstable. That's the sea in Whitstable. Whitstable is that way. But it's really lovely. It's really lovely to just wake up to the sea. What chance are you getting in the sea? What would I have to bribe you to get in the sea? I was in there for about 12 minutes today.
Go in, maybe.
Okay, go on then. You feel great. I feel great. I feel really great. I feel completely vroom.
I might go in.
Go then. You go in instead of Mary's story. I'll just bring the computer and everyone can just watch you go in the sea.
Yeah, great.
Poor Matthew, he does put up with it. Mary, do you want to? Have you got a story for us?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to be no there, but okay. She hasn't written anything, so this is off the top of our head. Everyone's saying do it. Everyone's saying, Toby, it's... Yeah, Whitstable is great, Michael. Oh no, Hove Promenade, question 9. What was question 9? Oh no, hang on, I've got the questions. Hove Promenade, question 9. The Terrace Parkrun. Oh, it says Australia here. Oh, the promenade. Oh, I see. It is invigorating. It's amazing. It's warmer than the Serpentine, which I went in last Sunday. So there's something for that. Matty's got a really good 14-year-old eye roll at his dad. People are still moaning about question 9, but I'm quite confident that we got it right. So, unusual for us, but right, off you go. Should I just go?
No.
Okay.
Once there were 6 kinds of shells. One of them was swirly. One of them looked like stairs. And one of them looked like a normal shell. And one of them looked like a crab. One of them looked like a stairs. No, not look like stairs. And the last one looked like an even bigger pair of stairs.
Or flowers, maybe. I thought that looks like a flower to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like flowers.
An even bigger pair.
Oh, an even bigger pair of stairs. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, you're right.
There was a zebra who makes friends with the sharks. And there was lots of other animals that made friends with the sharks. The end.
I thought that was gorgeous. I love the bigger pair of stairs. Well done, darling. Are you going to do the goodbye again?
Yeah.
Turn everything off?
Halloween theme next week.
Sorry?
Halloween theme, spooktacular next week.
Oh, wait, don't press N because we've got something interesting to say. So press not yet, right? Okay, not getting away with it yet. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Next week, Halloween. Very spooky quiz. I might even dress up. But you might dress up. Mary might dress up. Matthew?
No.
Do you want to get in the sea? I can keep it running and then you can everyone can watch you. Don't press N. Matthew's going to get in the sea. He's going to get in the sea.
I'm not going to get
He's not going to get in the sea.
The gravel bare feet.
Yeah, that's what I did this morning. I walked down the gravel bare feet. I forgot a towel, so I had to then come out of the sea without a towel.
No.
No? No. Okay, bye everyone.
And then you just put me on.
Bye.
Bye.